Well, thanks for having me. You know, the IV 2050 Infrastructure Advantage report was really a passion project from AAM. We take our nation's infrastructure very critical. As you know, off-road equipment manufacturers, the ability to transport product in and out of the country is extremely important, not only to us, but to many of our customers, especially on the agricultural side. And what we found in the report is just first of all, the dire need for rural infrastructure. I mean, everybody knows how important agriculture is to the rural economy, and well, it's a foundation for a lot of our agricultural equipment sales. You know, heavy industrial jobs dependent on the health of farm gate economics. And well, first of all, the situation is pretty dire. You know, 36% of rural roads are either in poor or mediocre conditions. 1 in 10 bridges is structural deficient. And as you know, in the rural areas, you know, especially during something like harvest time, if a rural bridge is out, you have a pretty significant detour if you're hauling grain into the local co-op in town. And that's just not something you can take lightly. It really hurts your productivity. And when our customers' productivity is impacted, their ability to buy equipment and support those manufacturing jobs is also impacted. And that goes the same thing true for our water infrastructure. You know, the United States has more navigable waters than all the rest of the world combined, and it's a huge advantage for us. But unless we maintain those locks and dams to the adequate point, that advantage is lost. And we've seen it when the weather's impacted the efficiency of those locks and dams, the kind of log jam you'll see on the major arteries, the Missouri and the Mississippi, and the impacts that has in the rural areas. But you know, one of the key findings that's sort of a new angle to the debate is the dire need for rural connectivity over croplands. You know, for the past 20 years, and rightly so, when people have talked about rural broadband, it's about getting hardline fibers out to the anchor institutions, your schools, libraries, hospitals, and now to the homesteads. But really, we need to start thinking beyond that. With the advancements in our technology that we put into our equipment, the need for a wireless signal while that machine, combine, tractor, planter is in the field is increasingly important. And in the next 10 years, it's going to be absolutely vital as we switch more to data-driven decisions and autonomous vehicles. So what we've been trying to do, as the report suggests, is we need to change the way people think about rural connectivity, especially policymakers on Capitol Hill and the FCC. We've got to start thinking about supporting more middle mile projects, because this dirty little secret about wireless is wireless needs wires. Those cell phone towers need to have a hardline connection to backhaul that data. And in order to do that, the kind of lines we're talking about are the middle mile lines, as opposed to the last mile, which connects that actual anchor institution with hardline fiber.